Russia's Black Sea fleet at the center of the attack. Will the Ukrainian army march to Crimea? Hello to Pioneer viewers. As you know, the Russia-Ukraine war is on our agenda. In these days when the war continues, important developments are taking place on the front. The developments on the front line have also important effects on politics and diplomacy. Ukrainian authorities are trying every means to end the Russian occupation and liberate their country. It is known that the Kiev administration is working very hard. The reason for this is to provide support to the Ukraine and to strengthen the Ukrainian army. The Ukrainian army is doing important work, but it needs support to do more. The new missiles deployed on the front line last week have shown their effect quickly. The Ukrainian army and Ukrainian artillery successfully hit Russian targets. The Ukrainian army's main strategy was to inflict losses on the Russian army with the drones and the long-range missiles. Due to the losses suffered by the Russian army, its system is locked down. The Russian troops, whose transportation and supply network has been severely weakened, are at the loss as a result of the massive attacks. The Ukrainian army was struggling to establish a significant presence in the Black Sea. Therefore, Russian ships were displaying aggressive behavior in the Black Sea. But recently, the Black Sea has become a dangerous place for the Russian ships. Ukrainian troops are organizing intensive attacks on Russian ships in the Black Sea. As a result of these attacks, Russian troops are forced to withdraw the navy in the Black Sea towards the east. Another important operation was organized by Ukrainian troops the other day. If you're ready, let's examine the operations in the Black Sea and the details together. Missiles fired by the Ukrainian artillery units the other day hit a target, the port of Sevastopol. The target area was an ammunition depot belonging to the Black Sea fleet of the Russian army. After the ammunition depot was hit, there were many explosions. It was stated by those living in the vicinity that there were loud explosions. According to the information obtained from local sources, there were many important warehouses for Russia's Black Sea fleet in the area where the Ukrainian army's missile attack took place. The Russian Navy, which provides both ammunition and spare equipment support from the warehouses, has significantly lost its power in the region. In previous statements, experts close to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry have interpreted the Kiev's action as part of the steps to liberate Crimea, which was annexed by Russian President Vladimir Putin in 2014. Having embarked on a strategy to demilitarize Crimea and its surroundings, Kiev is getting closer to its goal. The process that started with Russia's occupation of Crimea is still ongoing today. However, as the process progressed and unrest in Crimea increased, the situation became more difficult. Today, Ukraine is very close to liberating Crimea. The Ukrainian attack on Crimea since the early days of the war are part of the larger plan. The Ukrainian army wants to cut Crimea off from the Russian mainland and cuts its ties with the Russian mainland in order to remove Russian sovereignty from Crimea. This has been proven by its attacks. After the Crimean Bridge was hit, the Russian military and the Moscow administration failed to ensure the area. Trucks and fuel tankers still cross the Crimean Bridge by ship. Russia knows that it is not only sovereign power in the region. It is said that the end is near for Russia in the Crimea region. Crimea has become a heavy burden for Russia, both military and in terms of security. Russian troops are having a hard time defending their own territory, and defending the occupied territory makes the situation more difficult. There are also many complaints from the soldiers in the Crimea region. Another characteristic of the Crimea region is that it is very prone to unrest. Ukrainian supporters living in Crimea and Ukrainian military intelligence officers are carrying out important work in the region. Ukrainian military intelligence receives information from many sources inside Crimea. In this situation, Ukrainian intelligence gains important advantages in the future of the region. Videos of the latest missile attack by Ukrainian artillery units were published on internet video, which showed a dark cloud of smoke rising into the sky, included the caption. The troops' area was damaged and the number of casualties is unknown. In the statement made by the Russian authorities, it was stated that more than 350 police officers were evacuated from the Interior Ministry building in Sevastopol. Russia's defense ministry said in a statement after the attack that its air defenses shot down 2 missiles over the annexed Crimean Peninsula and blamed Kiev for the attack. Ukrainian authorities have not commented on this incident. Attacks on Crimea, a central logistics hub for Russia's forces in the southern Ukraine, have become routine in recent months, aimed Kiev's counteroffensive to retake territory occupied by Russian forces. The attacks have focused on military targets to weaken Moscow's defenses and prevent Russia from transporting equipment, weapons, and troops from mainland Russia to the peninsula. Last month, the Ukrainian military launched significant attacks on the Russian Black Sea Fleet. Russia's Black Sea Fleet was dealt a major blow when Ukraine launched a missile attack on its headquarters in Sevastopol on September 22nd, reportedly killing a number of leading officers. Days earlier, on September 13, a Ukrainian missile attack on the Sevastopol shipyard left heavy damage to a Russian submarine and the Minsk, a large cruise missile carrier. In the midst of the series of the attacks, Russians appear to be moving to the fleet out of the Crimean port of Sevastopol, according to the satellite imagery released this month. Russia's solution to the escalating Ukrainian attacks has been to move the fleet to different ports. The Russian Navy, restless in the region due to the intensification of Ukrainian attacks, has moved to different ports. Russia's aggressive behavior in the Black Sea was thus prevented. It also created a great opportunity for Ukraine to organize operations in the region more easily. Retired Lieutenant General Ben Hodges, a military expert and former commander, said that Ukraine has an important strategy to liberate Crimea from occupation. He said that he sees the attacks, which included striking the Great Strait Bridge connecting the Crimea to the Russian mainland, as a multi-domain offensive to liberate the island. Hodges said that the Ukrainian attacks actually have a deeper purpose, and he is hopeful. All of these attacks should be seen as part of making Crimea untenable and unusable for the Russian military, he said. The Ukrainians are reducing the Russian military presence in the region with small-scale attacks until they have enough fighting power to actually liberate Crimea. The reduction of the Russian military presence in the Crimea region is seen as an important achievement for the Ukrainian military. In the events of the Ukrainian military operations in the region, Russian troops may find it difficult to resist. We will continue to share with you updates on the Ukrainian army's plans for the region as they become available. The Ukrainian army's counteroffensive operations continue. Russian troops are trying to hold on in the region. The Ukrainian army, which wants to increase its gains, is squeezing the Russian army with harder attacks. What do you think about Ukraine's attacks on the Russian Navy? How do you interpret Russia's reduction of its military presence in Crimea? Do you think the Ukrainian army can organize an operation against Crimea? How do you interpret Ukraine's basic war strategy? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.